Oh, hey, we're back. I'm back. I'm back with more Valheim. Viking War Crime Simulator, version 2.0. I played a little bit more of this offline after doing my last little bit. You can't. Unskippable cutscene. Unskippable cutscene. Unskippable. Oh my god. I have fun building in this game, and I've beaten the first boss a few times. But I feel like I'm not starting well. Anyways, I wanted to give it another go. I'm very early today. I have something to do this afternoon, so I can't go from 2 to 4 like I normally do. So I'm gonna go for a little while, and then I gotta go. We'll see how much I actually get done. I'm starting a brand new game in a brand new world, hence the unskippable cutscene. I think this game is fun. It has several anachronisms in it that bug the shit out of me. Unskippable cutscene being one of them. This is probably just taking place over a world gen, which is super annoying though. It's kind of like opaque progression is another thing that bothers me, and I feel like that feels anachronistic. That kind of feels like how you had to discover recipes in Minecraft back in the day. But I don't really know. I mean, I'm not sure why it's that way. I think it's an artistic decision, and it's a questionable one at that. There's a lot of little things that you feel like would be like creature comfort things, right? Like if the workshop tables took from nearby inventories, and I know there's a mod for that. I just haven't gotten around to installing it, but that seems like it should be a pretty vanilla thing. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of fun though. And building with it, you can build some interesting stuff. But I only figured out yesterday there's a goddamn height limit. Hey, what's up, bird? I don't really want to talk to you, but you know, blah 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 blah. Okay, I didn't make the hugging and kissing joke, so you're fucking welcome. Just looking for things to pick up in the immediate circle here before I step on this and see where it is. Oh, there it is. Great, thanks. So in the last save I played of this, it seems to me like you should probably build your bases near like your immediate resource needs and or the boss site. But also, how many bases should you build? And you need a whole bunch. Because like, oh god. I don't even have a weapon yet. No. I hate you with my torch. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. We got Necktail Bin Laden. I don't want it out though. I need more woods. What's up, bird? You ready to talk again? It's fun to explore these maps because I think the generation of them is really cool. Like, I had this one yesterday that was like had this giant river in it. And it was fantastic. Like you could sail up the river and everything. And then there was a canyon on the other side, so you would have needed like double bridges, and it's pretty cool. But the Black Forest was really tiny for some reason too. It was real strange. I know there's usually like more than one of a biome, but that's another thing that I consider like an anachronism in this game, right? Me having to put my crosshair on a thing to harvest that thing, unless it's been knocked over. We get him? Now he's dead. Like in the case of like bushes and stuff, it's just kind of like an annoyance, and it feels weird. It feels like an old thing. It feels like an Oblivion era thing or something. I kind of wish I was playing it multiplayer, just because from what I've seen, it's much better balanced for multiplayer. But like I get constantly attacked and stuff in single player, and I would assume in multiplayer you just have to have somebody just like sit in your base all the time. If you're not in your base, nothing will attack you, right? Well, let's make a club. Let's make a stone axe. I'm already out of wood. I don't want that there. I want that there. We can take that out of inventory now. What's up, hugging? Where's kissing? Wood and stone. Great. I probably should have made an axe first. I've made a huge mistake. Now I have to wander around. But I got enough. I got enough. It's just like now I've actually never seen... Oh, this is just a big lake, huh? This is cool. Let's run around it real quick. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you pretty much just have to like collect a whole shit ton of wood for the first day or two, so you can build a cool base with it. Cool base. Flint's nice. I don't like the way that stamina doesn't really progress much. I mean, it gets a little better, but it doesn't seem to get very far, at least as far as I've played. And then the stamina regen is just real slow and painful, even with the boss bonuses. It's fun, but it's hard, and I don't know, since there's no difficulty slider, and there's no fucking gamma slider. Not that that's relevant to that particular critique. Since there's no difficulty slider, it's really hard to like, you know, the game's not fine-tunable to the fact that I'm not good at it. Oh yeah, you know what's another thing that seems really out of date? It's like trying to hit things that are at different elevations than you. Like if it's on the top of a ladder, or you're on a ladder and it's up in the air, like trying to hit it up there is basically impossible. And you could argue that that one's an artistic decision, but I don't believe you. It's just really bad. And another thing is, like, if I'm here and I try to hit something on that rock, it'll be harder to get right. Like, it's really hard to be precise with it. And like I said, I don't think that's on purpose. I think that's just bad combat. But the combat's actually pretty satisfying when you're not mobbed by like 10 enemies who are all stronger than you. Like, I kind of like it. I'm just running around this pond because it looks awesome. I don't know that I've seen a little pond like this. I guess I've seen a big pond like this in my last save, or my first save. I had like a big lake. A big lake. It was cool. But it was like a big lake, like a Mediterranean Sea. You know, it was pretty big. You know, sometimes developers, like, if people criticize them or find critiques, people act like people act like that it's a rejection of the game, but it's not a rejection of the game. I like the game. There's just stuff wrong with it, and like to pretend that it's perfect is just kind of like, why? Like, there are things that can be addressed. I love Medieval 2. It's not perfect. There's lots of problems with Medieval 2. Still play it after all these years. It feels like I didn't actually do that. Yeah, and I don't actually think that actually does anything. Is it like hints and tips? I want that though. Where did it? Harvesting like logs from those branches, like, that's a little weird, isn't it? Ah. Let you take that, you bastard. Oh, skill drain on death. Holy shit, is that annoying. And feels, again, anachronistic. But, like, you know, I'd be okay with, like, it being there if there was a fucking switch, a checkbox to turn it off. Because why isn't there any difficulty scaling in the goddamn game? Like, who releases a game without a normal mode and an easy mode at this point? Like, you know, like those Final Fantasy games that now have like story modes, because like they've gotten so complex and difficult that even if they've kind of, you know, radically altered the mechanics too. What's up next? You guys want to fight? No? Alright. The fact that you need to go into dungeons to build the equipment to upgrade, like, I know that's like, they want you to like progress through the game. That's how the game is designed. But like, why does a furnace? What's the logic for a furnace requiring those Surtling cores? And why 6 of them? And then, of course, the charcoal burner needs it too. But, you know, charcoal's made by digging a hole in the ground and filling it full of wood and cooking it real slow. That's the way the Vikings would have done it. I think I've made it all around. Yeah, I'm almost there. Running around the lake. It's exercise. What's up? You like that dead guy? Did I pick that up? No, hey, I'm being followed. it's like being in Wrigleyville after 2 a.m. And getting mugged. Where? This was headed right for us. He changed his mind. I still gotta kill him though. I'm gonna instinctify these fuckers. I swear it. That was excessive swinging. Alright, so I've made it back around to the starting meadow without really discovering much interesting. You gotta kill like 90 of these to like get to a decent level of equipment. That's a balance problem, right? Like, they provide so little material when they die that and you need like, you need 10 scraps to do this, 5 scraps to do that. That you have to, you get plenty of resin for that matter, but you just have to kill pigs nonstop. I mean, you need like 20 to build the fucking tanning rack for some reason, which is real weird, but whatever. All right, I ran around the lake, and now I suppose I should find a place to live or build a house. Should it be here? The first time I did it, I built one here. And then I immediately abandoned it. But this one's actually on the coast. Let's look at this. What do we know? This is the way the bird flew in. This looks like it might be Black Forest up there. It is. And that's mountain. So there's 3 biomes up there. On the opposite side of the lake. Eikthyr is over here. Building a base near Eikthyr, I guess, is nice if you plan on dying while fighting Eikthyr. Having fought him a couple times, I don't know, I feel like I've got that down. I probably don't need to build a base near it. So I think I'm actually going to go back to the other side of the lake, right? I think I'm going to go for like here. Because this is close enough to the Black Forest that I won't have to build another base. Like right here. We're going to do that. We're going to head for that camp, which is on the other side of the lake. I think it's actually probably slightly quicker this way around. Let's take out our wizard hat and our robe and wizard hat, and collect a few woods on the way. The easy woods, the low level woods. Yeah, I mean, it's real fun to resource gather early. When you start having to fight all the mobs all the time, that's when it gets kind of annoying. I know people sometimes tell me that like I'm too critical about games, but it's like, dude, you gotta reflect on the world around you. Like you can't live an existence that's based on just accepting things as is, and moving on with your life no matter what. Like, especially when you consume media, you have to look at it with a critical eye, because you got to be aware of the messages and the nature of the delivery system. And I mean, it's how you encounter the world generally. Like, if you just walk through it like you're a zombie, accepting what it is and not looking at it and analyzing it and criticizing it and reflecting on it, then you're just like a mindless corpse. What's the point of even participating in it? Like, why game? Why play video games if you're not going to like reflect on video games? Why read books if you're not going to think about what the story is like about? And by that same matter, why watch television or movies and not and not reflect on how they're written or what they're written about, like the subject matter. I don't know why people try to enforce ignorance in media consumption. Like, if you don't like it, don't play it. It's like, well, yeah, but I do like it. But there's also this stuff that I want to talk about it, because that's interesting for me. And if it's not interesting for you, I don't understand how you don't find it interesting. Like, I don't get it. How is it that you can go through life consuming media and not be like, oh, that story about that thing, or those mechanics, they're a lot like these mechanics, or they're better than these mechanics, or they make me feel worse than these mechanics. I built a fucking lighthouse on a big rock, right? And it looked high enough. I built it on stilts. There's a height limit to building in this game, and I didn't know. But when you build over the height limit, shit just collapses. What's up, Neki? I'm just like running around the world, making it safe for Viking kind. Oh, the health system's super annoying too, right? Like that you have to eat to get to main health. Have I reached where I want to be yet? No. It's kind of this way, so I could go up this slope and explore the Porta-John over here. There's a pig horse too. What's up, boar? I was reading about somebody making boar steak, and like I've never eaten boar. I think I wanna find like a meat restaurant and eat some boar. I heard it's good. It's probably because they just eat like, you know, roots and berries and shit all day, right? Though, you know, I find pigs pretty delicious too, so I don't want to knock the domestic pig. They eat trash fucking other people, right? You ever seen a pig? What is it? It's in Snatch, right? A pig goes through man's bones just like butter. Is that Snatch or is that Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels? I don't know. They're both the same film anyways. Those movies are great. You know what I really love is that Guy Ritchie movie about King Arthur. I think it's King Arthur Legend of the Sword or something like that. It's great. It's like critically panned as well. But like it's this high fantasy epic, and then after about like 30 minutes of high fantasy epic, it turns into like a British caper flick, or an you know, it turns into the rest of his movies, and it's all like, you know, narrating and plotting and stuff. And like I think he's really good at making that film. He's done it several times. Those films are funny, like those are entertaining and watchable. But I think, you know, mixing it with the mytho historical Arthur, I think it's a great touch. Whoever thought that was a good idea for him, or if he thought that up himself, it's brilliant. Like I don't understand how that was so widely panned. I really enjoyed that movie. But yeah, people seem to hate it. Maybe it's reached some cult status by now, but I like it. So I was thinking about building up here because this is where the woods were, and let me build in the open. Oh, somebody's thought about this before, huh? It's pretty slopey here, though. I don't want to build in the too far of an angle. Look out for bees. No bees, no chest. There's a plane. There's a plane here. But it's not really a plane. It's very steep. It's very steep. I'm gonna build a bigger house than I did last time. This time, it's getting dark as well. It's really only flat near the coast. Oh god, bees. Oh, I'm a fool. I heard the bees and I still walked in there. Oh, the bees. The bees, not the bees. Alright, so up here, there is, what? This looks kind of plateauy. Oh, this isn't bad. This is a little bit flatter. And, the Black Forest is right here and the mountain's right there. Eikthair's over there. That's pretty far away for Eikthair, but it's pretty close for the Black Forest. If I build a house here, I think I probably don't have to build a Black Forest base. Let's try to settle here. It's pretty late already. I wandered around too fucking much, but I wanted to run around that lake, so. What's up, bird? Hail warrior. I'm a bird. It's a. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. That's the crow. We a crow. It's really there's another problem with this game, and I've complained about the gamma slider. It's too fucking dark. It's just too dark. It's just too dark. I should go back down and like sleep in one of those huts, shouldn't I? But one of them's got bees in it, and the other's a little bit further away. This is the bee one. I don't want to be in the bee one. Not the bees! Alright, well, let's throw down a crafting bench real quick. It's not even going to be there for like 10 seconds. Well, alright, maybe more than 10 seconds. Alright, posts, I guess. What do you fucking want, bird? What do you want? Great. Fuck. Talk. Fucking birds. I can't really see anything. Which is good. Can I build this? Yeah, let me build this. Oh yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. Good choice. Let's see. One of the things that have put me off about this game too is in the building system here, there are like actually right angles. It makes you think that the world is gridless, but the world is not gridless. See, that's not actually right. That's not what I wanted to do. I really need to build a hoe. Let me not do this. Let me just build over this real quick. No. Snap. I'm fucking cold. You're fucking cold. I mean, that's because I have no shelter and I'm outside. And fucking birds are going to be on top of me, you know. It's not good. Can I build a hoe? I can. Craft yourself a hoe. You're a fucking hoe. Let's put it up there. Neat. So it's pretty hard to do this in the dark. It's weird how this works. What's up, bird? Let's talk. Okay, bird, let's talk. Why not? Shelter, open flame. Great. Thanks, bird. I like. Okay, bird. Yeah, great. Thanks. I know what the hoe is for. Thank you. I know you can kill the bird. I saw somebody kill the bird. It was interesting. Not that I'm a bird killer or something. What's up, Ramon? Some pants. Well, that's a waste, isn't it? Isn't it? Besides, I like having my dangle out. It's you know, you get fresh air on your foreskin. Can you say foreskin on Twitch? Probably. You know, speaking of anachronistic things, right? So I watched several clips last night. Clips from the Avengers movies, all of the Avengers movies, because they kept getting recommended to me on YouTube, and I was like, oh sure, yeah. They have not aged well visually. The first Avengers film, like the 2012 or 2011 Avengers movie, like it looks like they made their costumes themselves. Like, and there's something, it looks really weird at 60 FPS as well, like on a PC. It looks real strange. And I don't know what it is. I saw that movie in the theater, on like, you know, super screen, super smell-o-vision or whatever. I don't know. And it was certainly fine at the time, but it looks terrible now. I was shocked by how bad it looked. It's not that old, but it looks bad. And you can clearly see where that film they were like a little bit more interested in being comic booky with it, and like they've kind of moved away from that as time went on. And I feel like maybe that's because they look so fucking bad. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I've learned a little bit about this game. So, but here's a problem here. I don't want that shit clipping through. There you go. Here's what I'm thinking. Like, one of the things I know about this game is that, like, you can build comfort stuff and like higher comfort lasts longer, right? Like, so like if you have a really comfortable bedroom later in the game, your rested bonus will last longer. That's admittedly, it doesn't actually sound like I know what I'm talking about there, but I'm pretty sure I do. So like, it seems to me, and I don't actually know this part for sure because I really haven't gotten that far in that regard. It seems to me that the type of furniture you use around your bed area determines at least partially that comfort. So obviously, these count too. Fires count too. So like one of the things you want to do though when you build your bed area is leave room around it for further stuff, right? Oh, I'm out of wood already, huh? You could eat a bite. Suspension of disbelief. Yeah, I mean, look, I like, so I grew up reading Captain America. I'm was a massive fan of the character when he was in the comics and when I read him. Probably a bigger fan than yeah, I didn't think so. Probably a bigger fan than most people, certainly for a certain era. So I'm more than willing to like, be like, yeah, it's a movie. But it wasn't that I didn't believe the fights or something like that. It's the actual visual quality of the film was poor. I watched specifically of the first movie. I watched the scene where Loki comes to the embassy or whatever in Berlin, and Iron Man and Captain America fight him there, and he's like, Loki's like this cartoonish supervillain at that point, which I think they improved that later, right? Because like Ragnarok, he becomes kind of like a little bit more relatable or whatever. But he's wearing like this bright green cape, and Captain America's in his old outfit, his bright kind of blue outfit, which obviously by the end of the Avengers, he's in like all black chainmail or whatever. So it looks totally different visually, and it just looks so cheap. And I know obviously those movies were not cheap. I was reading that the first Avengers film had 3,000 special effects shots in it, which is a lot. And when I was talking to my wife about this, she thinks that films that are effects heavy are don't age well at all. But then I countered with Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, or Raiders of the Lost Ark. Looks great. Now, admittedly, there aren't 3,000 effect shots in those films, but there's a lot of effect shots in those films, and they don't feel dated at all. At least they weren't the last time I watched them, which admittedly was a little bit ago. They certainly don't feel dated the same way that the Avengers movies felt to me. And my axe broke. I do like that you don't need materials to repair stuff, but it surprised me the first time I realized it. I was like, what? I don't need stones? No, I did not need stones. Let us get more wood. I'm going to clear cut all of Midgard. We're not in Midgard though, are we? Midgard's Earth. We're somewhere else. I heard you like Midgard, so I made another place that's kind of like Midgard. So don't kill the berries. That's a mistake I have made many times. I can't see shit. I watch other people's Valheim streams and they're just as dark. Like you can't see anything in those either. They're out like in the woods at night cutting down trees. Can't see anything. I would crank the shit out of gamma in this game. It would be so bright you'd be like, is it nighttime? As it is, and I got a mod installed in RimWorld just to make it so there's no visual night. There's still a night. They still sleep and everything, but there's no visual night. Come on, you son of a bitch. Come here. Come on. Is that a dog? Are there dogs in this game? Seems like there should be. The Vikings had dogs. I should be able to tame these guys and turn them into dogs. The Greylings. I think that might have actually been a deer. which is a weird noise, but animals make weird noises. You never know. All characters are deeply American. Just imagine a Captain Belgian or a Captain Sweden. Yeah, well, I suppose there's Hauptmann Deutschland, and there's Captain Britain, but that might just actually just be your point restated. Let's go with the cheesy costumes. They're pre-pandemic vintage. Yeah. I mean, obviously the comic books are very American. They're an American cultural artifact. I mean, Stan Lee is an American dude, or was. I guess he's dead, right? So it makes sense that they're American, and like that's a fair point. I mean, they're cheesy and corny, and we're kind of cheesy and corny. Ah, I killed a bush. But the Indiana Jones movies, but Indiana Jones is super American as well. Yeah, I don't know if it gets more American than Indiana Jones either. You know, the fighting professor. That's feels very corny and American. Though actually, I think that's probably like related to English heroic literature too. What's his name? Well, Lovecraft's an American, but he's very much writing in a European tradition of enlightened hero. Of course, all his heroes are essentially they all fall. But what I'm thinking of is, and now that I think about it, he actually might be American. Is the guy who wrote the King Solomon's Mine stuff. I think he actually is American. All right. Did I get bed technology? Yeah. So near the feet or near the head? How about just over here instead? Right. Oh my God. You built a bed. Thanks. I know. I fucking appreciate that. Thanks for telling me, you stupid bird. Did you notice you built a bed? Yes, I noticed I built a bed. See if you can buy a horse. What? See if you can build a horse. Did he say horse? I think it's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. Let's talk about cool stuff in this game. The fucking oceans are awesome. Odyssey? Assassin's Creed Odyssey has pretty good oceans. I think these are better. This is clipping in a way I don't want it to clip. There we go. The smoke in this game is very interesting, isn't it? It's not clear that there is a way, but isn't there something going on with smoke mechanics as being desirable? Like, they're hinting at something where, like, maybe at one point you'll be able to put specific herbs in the smoke and get desirable effects from it. That's what it looks like to me with smoke. Because if you walk into a smoky room, it talks about getting smoked, and I have the feeling that like there's some sort of like herbal or smoke effects that they're gonna have that's a positive. It's kind of like this thing seems to have 3 positions when it's on a wall, right? Like this front edge, the middle edge, and then another edge. Although this time though, maybe it's only 2. Let's look from the outside. Cultural products are international, or they should be. Just imagine Bach as a European composer. I mean, Bach is a European composer, right? Bach's music is nothing like, say, West African music or East Asian music. It's a very specific product of a specific culture. I mean, all right. Should this be one longer? Maybe, I don't know, because I'm gonna need room for more furniture. I'm sure of it. As I was saying. Yeah, let me lower that. However I do that. Yeah. This tool is interesting to hoe. I feel like I don't have complete mastery over how it works. And you definitely should have mastery over your hoes. Look at this. So like it's supposed to level things to the level you're standing on, right? So there, right? The whole floor, there's no clipping there, right? So if I go over and stand on that, I stand here. All right. It should all be the right height now. Theoretically, right? It is. It is. It's clipping there, though. It's not all the right height. Fuck. This is why you're supposed to build off the ground, I guess, but I've had bad luck with buildings built off the ground. Falling down and shit. 7. I was talking today online with someone who thinks that we should make the District of Columbia a state. But I don't think the District of Columbia should be a state. I think that the District of Columbia, if you feel like it needs the rights of a state, it should be seceded back to the state of Maryland that it was taken from. Just like part of Virginia used to be part of D.C., and it was seceded back to Virginia. See, it's gotten higher now. I've actually made it higher. There we go. I think that'll work. So originally part of Virginia and part of Maryland were converted to like the capital district. And then later that part of Virginia was given back to Virginia. And it's the city of Alexandria, Virginia. And it sits on the side of the river. And if you want to give DC like, you know, a senator and stuff, there's a state right there. It's called Maryland. The land was taken from Maryland to build DC. And I know that the actual reason people want to do that is for partisan purposes, to give the Democrats more senators. And honestly, I think that's really weird, and that's exactly why we shouldn't do it, because it's definitely been done that way in the past by politicians before. And I think some people think the Dakotas are a good example of that. I'm not sure they are. I lack the detailed knowledge to like dispute that argument. But if you look up casual articles on like Time and shit, it says no. But anyways, so like Puerto Rico, that makes sense as a state to me. It's a distinct geopolitical entity as it stands, and it's not. It's never been part of a different place. So where did I end up building this one? Kind of like this, right? Or did I build it on the outside? Let's go look. Yeah, so I don't think DC should be its own state. I do think Puerto Rico should be. And for that matter, Guam or the U.S. Virgin Islands, they can be their own states too. That makes sense to me. But I just don't get the argument for DC. Because what's to prevent largely? Okay, so here's a good example. Illinois is like super right wing, except for the city of Chicago. And most people live in the city of Chicago. In the immediate area of Chicago, 9 million people of the state live there, and I think there's only like a couple mil elsewhere. Very few. So while there has been like discussion in the past of Chicago being separated from Illinois, it's from the opposite perspective. It's Illinois being like, these Chicagoans are stealing our votes, basically. But it strikes me that, like, you know, Illinois getting rid of Chicago would be very detrimental to the state of Illinois. First, that's where all the tax money comes from, number one. And number two, you know, Illinois is a fucking cultural hole in the ground without Chicago. Chicago's a great city, and Illinois is like a shithole cornfield without Chicago. It's an awful place without Chicago. Speaking of anachronisms, the save icon is a little floppy disk. What year is it? But so let's say you wanted 2 more Republican senators. Well, a really good way to achieve that would be to take Chicago and the collar counties of Chicago, aka Chicagoland, and split them off. Because Illinois already has 2 Democratic senators, and most of the votes for those 2 Democratic senators came from Chicago and Chicagoland. So those people could go be Democrats and vote Democratic and get Democratic senators and House members. And then the right-wingers can have their paradise downstate. Oh my god, it rolled so far. That's essentially what separating DC off is from the opposite political perspective. I think that's fucked up. I don't want the people in DC to be left out. But I think the way to include them is to make them part of the fucking state they used to be part of. Admittedly, that was 200 years ago or whatever, but people point to like the Dakotas as an example of that, but it's like that's the opposite. That's the opposite. And that's fucked up. You think it's fucked up, and so do I. Yeah. What's up? I heard you like wood. I got some. I got wood. I got wood! Yay! Getting wood. Everyone's getting wood these days. I heard you like wood. There we go. Right? Right. All these should open up. Out. Windows. It's like I'm Bill Gates over here. Because I built in all these windows. Alright. Bill Gates jokes? No? Alright. Roof. How about Thatcho Corner 26? And I'm going to build another building on this place. Right out that door. There's going to be a big building. But obviously I'm not there yet. So in the meantime, I'm just going to build this bedroom, and I'm going to, you know, do some stuff in here, and then when I get the notion, I'm going to build the bigger... Well, I actually probably build the bigger one very soon. Without doing, Eikerthur or whatever his name is. I need this guy here. Hello? Building stuff up in the air is a pain in the ass in this game. Having to build like ladders and shit too. 26. Ooh. Oh, hello? Roof? Roof, I'm trying to build you. There. No. Yes. Alright. How much wood do I have? Not enough. I need more wood so I can finish the fireplace. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but it turns out wood is an excellent fireplace material. It's a good thing that there are no fire mechanics on housing blocks. That'd be crazy. It'd be really hard. You'd have to, like, do all your cooking outside. I've been hit by trees so many times in this game. This is my example of hitting things at different elevations. Like having to move the camera straight up like this to hit stuff on the ground. Oh god. I don't like you. Your mother never liked you. We should have never had children. You were a mistake. I like that you can hit multiple objects with the same swing. That's cool. I've managed to drop trees on enemies, and that's awesome. That's like super awesome. I can't cut that. I think like the different levels of wood is interesting. Like I can see why they have different axes work on different items. I think that's a good use of their progression feature. I just wish progression wasn't so you know, opaque. Like, I understand it somewhat now because I've played through the game for 10 or 20 hours. But like, it is not clear when you first get into the game how you get to, you know, a higher level, so to speak. Yes, please. Fix it, please. More wood. Probably got enough now to finish the things I need to finish. I've seen a lot of people build like just outdoor workshops and stuff that are like barely covered. I'm instead gonna build like a big building off the bedroom. The bedroom is the original house. Then I'm gonna build like a multi-story enterprise next to it. It is weird that there's a height limit and it's kind of secret as well. But if you build anything over that height limit, everything falls apart. So tired. So much wood chopping. It is fun to cut trees and build, though. That's a good time. So is this supposed to be like a tumulus or something? Was this big rock I'm standing on top of these rocks and it fell over? It's kind of what it looks like, right? It also looks like it might be like a stone ring of some kind. Or maybe it's a natural formation. Getting stuck inside all day in the rain is kind of a pain in the ass. That's happened to me a fair bit. Because like, it doesn't seem like there's really a good way to go outside in the rain. Like, it seems like everything is there's no like raincoat or sombrero. The sombreros are for the sun, obviously. Okay, is this gonna be high enough for me to do? Ugh. Ugh. Get back on the ladder. Get back on the ladder. This ladder seems improbable, just saying. Alright. Oh. This might be enough. Which way should I do the vent? I don't think it really matters. Which way is the wind blowing right now? We'll do this. No, it's too hard for me to do it. I gotta build another ladder. Well, maybe I can just build a floor real quick up here. This is a very improbable floor. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And then 26. Okay. To my knowledge, that works. I don't recall having a firelight go out. So I think this is a functional building now. Let's have a good look at it. It's getting dark too. Screenshot. Alright, I'll be right back.